So, Simon, it's the first chance we've had to say this since your arrival back, but welcome back as Chester FC chairman. How does it feel to be back in the seat once again?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I mean, obviously there's a lot going on at the moment, different circumstances to last time when I was here, but I know what I'm letting myself in for, and there's a lot to do. It's been a successful start with the fundraising side of things. We just got to try and see what we can sort out on the football side. Move things forward.
And as you touched on there, you have already served on the board. Do you think that's an advantage for you coming back into the fold?
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people don't see, and I think it's really good to be able to have that experience. And it's something we need to be able to try and get across as we bring more board members on when it comes up to the AGM and at times like that. Because I do think sometimes people don't appreciate the amount of time and effort that goes into things.
And of course, looking back over the last week or so, we've had another familiar face return in Neil Young. What are your thoughts on that as well?
Yeah, no, it's good to see Neil back and helping. I mean, he's never really been away. Wherever he's been, I think Chester's always been in his heart. And obviously, it's no secret we work together, so we talk a lot about football and various other things at work as well. And I think he's just keen to be able to help out and do what he can to sort of support the club.
And of course, in recent months, we've seen working groups come into the fold as well. To fans that aren't particularly sure, could you explain to me how the working groups will work almost?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's certainly been a good addition. I mean, the difficulty is as a board, there's only 10 of us. We're virtually all full-time working, so we can't do everything and we can't plan everything. But now we've got these working groups. There's a number of fans that are involved in the working groups as well. They will look at things, they will then make recommendations, those recommendations come to the board and then the board can vote. So it's having people doing the legwork, if you like, but it spreads that base, and it also means a lot more people can be involved. There's different people involved in the different working groups. So we've got the strategy working group, which is really looking at how we set the business and make sure that the governance is in place for moving forward so that we don't end up repeating the same mistakes. We've obviously got the football working group that's looking at all things football side, from the academy right through to the first team. There's the commercial working group that again looks at the shop and everything else, hospitality and the sponsors. And then we've got the membership working group, which is looking at things like the CFU membership, ticketing for next season and all of those. And then there's the one that's really gone and set the place on fire, which is the fundraising working group. And we've just sort of let that off the reins and let that go for the last few weeks, and it's been tremendous with the 100,000 that's now been raised following the sponsored walk on Saturday.
And of course, the financial challenges at the football club in the here and now, but also going forward, have been well documented. What would your message to the fans be? Because how important is it for us all to stick together at this point?
It's absolutely vital we stick together. And I think the other big message is don't be complacent. I know we said the initial target that was set was the 50,000, which we surpassed very quickly. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep moving. The last couple of weeks we lost the Bromley game. We had a poor turnout for the Dover game, so we were probably about 13,000 down on our cash flow forecast. So straight away, some of the money that we thought can be used to set us for next season, we're having to bring forward and actually spend in the here and now. So it's all about really keeping going to make sure that we've got the financial wherewithal to move forward. Again, as you say, it's well publicised. We've got some liabilities on our books at the moment from with players and contracts that we're currently taking into next season. So we've got to make sure that we can afford all of that and grow to be able to provide a competitive squad for next season.